Hi, everyone, and good Monday to you. As hard as it is to believe, we are quickly winding down the month of March. A little warning, April Fool's Day is Friday, just saying. For now, thank you again for being a part of the show. A lot of ground to cover, a lot of investigations going on by local law enforcement, and a lot of other news to pass along to you as well. Weather-wise, well, it's never a dull moment in Kentucky, regardless of what season you're in. We've got a hard freeze one day and 80 degrees the next. Literally. We have an approaching cold front that's going to give us some gusts of wind, too. 30 to, at last report, maybe even stronger. 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. I'll give you the latest updated forecast in just a few moments, and it is a bit of an interesting one, to say the very, very least. A lot of arrests, a lot of investigations, a lot of cases that we'll have updates on, and some new ones to mention as well. A quick update on our Hornets and Lady Hornets, as softball and baseball season is just scratching the surface, but as the weather gets warmer, the action as well heats up. With that said, one report before we go straight to our local and area headlines, and it does appear as though charter schools, which are already legal in the state of Kentucky, may be publicly funded, as the measure has crossed another hurdle. 8-3 was the vote today for House Bill 9, making its way out of a Senate Education Committee. It now goes to the Senate for a vote. Now, of course, it does so as this session is winding down, so it is expected that should it get a vote, it will be vetoed by Governor Beshear, who has made his position against it. And should that happen, that means that in order for the Senate to be able to override that veto, that they would have to have passage of it by day after tomorrow. And then once again, this also, if the language is still intact as I read it last week, which I believe it is, this also gives school districts under 7,500 students the say-so as to whether or not applications can be passed or not, and charter schools can be approved in their district. And of course, that limits Magoffin, Johnson, and a lot of school districts this size. However, it also does establish charter schools in Louisville and Northern Kentucky as pilot projects for the program to see how it fares. A lot of sports tonight, but right now let's talk about some arrests. The first, a former Kentucky State Police trooper will spend years in prison after a sentencing earlier today, a trooper who once served here in Magoffin County. This past October, then 40-year-old Joshua Priest pleaded guilty before U.S. District Judge Karen Caldwell to enticing a minor victim to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of producing child pornography. At that time, it was noted that he faced up to 30 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000 and a term of supervised release, possibly for the rest of his life. With Priest being formally sentenced earlier today before District Judge Karen Caldwell in Lexington. The former Bath County Sheriff's deputy was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison for child pornography. Still 40 years of age, he pled guilty to the charge of soliciting a minor, as I said, stemming from a situation that began in November of 2018. He was a Bath County deputy at the time. He responded to a call of a domestic situation between a mother and her out-of-control teenage daughter. He went to the scene. He ultimately offered to drive the daughter to her friend's house, but instead took her to a remote location where she says he then took her to a barn in an isolated area, touched her, and had her touch him. He also later had the young girl send him nude pictures of herself. As police investigated, they also found many sexually explicit images on his phone. Priest actually beginning his law enforcement career as a security guard at Morehead State University. He then went through the academy and became a Kentucky State Police trooper, worked in Post 9, served here in Sagersville for a number of years, a trooper from 2004 to 2013 before becoming a sheriff's deputy. And again, he will have to serve at least 85% of those 25 years in federal prison. In other headlines, a Magoffin County woman is set to be rearraigned tomorrow. It's expected that she will appear in federal court and change her not guilty plea in a federal drug conspiracy case bringing pounds and pounds of methamphetamine into Johnson and Magoffin counties, to guilty. And should she do so, she will be the fourth of four in the case to await federal sentencing. While the third to change his not guilty plea to a guilty plea is that of J. Sean Robinson, who was said to be the Michigan man who was supplying pounds and pounds of methamphetamine to other individuals, including Charles Chandler, whose residence was raided by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department and federal authorities some months ago, where they found pounds of methamphetamine and thousands of dollars in cash. Corey and Ashley Johnson from Magoffin County were both involved in the conspiracy and were helping to transport and distribute tens and tens of pounds as well, according to court documents. With Robinson changing his plea to guilty just last week, that has Chandler, Robinson, and Corey Johnson all set for sentencing on June the 29th in Pikeville, while Ashley Johnson's rearraignment, again, is set for tomorrow. That case, of course, is one of several that I've reported coming out of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, who were assisted by DEA and federal officials, which is coming to a culmination. Another is that of Eddie Castle, Edgar Castle, and Tabitha Staten. They, too, responsible for bringing several pounds of methamphetamine into Johnson County. During one part of the investigation, I think it was admitted that they were responsible for bringing numerous pounds per week on a weekly basis. They are set to be rearraigned tomorrow as well. We expect to change their original not guilty pleas to guilty per a plea agreement with federal authorities. We'll have an update on that case for you as well. I have more news in just a moment.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Whether the new year brings you new dreams or you're working towards the same ones, let Salyersville National Bank help you build, bank, or save for them. Salyersville National has been helping dreams come true since 1902. Give them a call at the main location, 349-3131, or the branch, 6121.
Hello, I'm former Magoffin County educator and basketball coach Danny Adams. I want to tell you about a Republican candidate for sheriff of Magoffin County, my son, Neil Adams. As a highly trained narcotics investigation detective with 21 years of law enforcement experience, Neil knows and understands Magoffin County and will work endlessly to protect our youth and all citizens from the drug epidemic. With Operation Unite, he was named Detective of the Year and also awarded the Hal Rogers Leadership Award. Leadership matters. Vote for a Magoffin County man that will bring strong law enforcement and leadership that unites, not divides our county. Vote Neil Adams, Republican, for sheriff.
Now available at Independent Signs and Graphics. Custom laser cut Kentucky bourbon barrel heads in unused, fresh, white oak, or from authentic Kentucky bourbon barrels with that used patina and slight aroma of Kentucky bourbon. And we do custom leather patched hats and wall hangings. Need a business logo? We can do that too. And we do banners, plastic, aluminum, decorative, hanging signs, vehicle graphics, and wraps. And we will meet or beat any area price on any campaign sign and material. 4x8s, yard signs, bumper stickers, flyers, whatever you need. And the quality of our workmanship, materials, and artwork are always top shelf at Independent Signs and Graphics here at the Salyersville Independent, 349-2915.
If you've been waiting on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 device, then the team at Appalachian Wireless has some good news for you. Appalachian Wireless is launching all Samsung S22 models on sale. Every S22 model will be $150 off normal contract pricing, or take $100 off and we'll pay the taxes on the Appalachian Advantage. Visit one of our retail or dealer locations and on the web, because we don't want you to miss this fantastic deal. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Hello, I'm William Bill Meade, and I'm a Republican candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. Like you, I'm concerned about the effects that drugs are having on our loved ones. With over 33 years of law enforcement experience and training, I know how to combat this problem. I will run a financially responsible office and be accountable for your tax dollars. After looking at the sheriff's budget, I know that I can provide this county with a much-needed 24-hour patrol. I'm William Bill Meade, and I'm number 4 on the Republican ballot, but I'm number 1 for McGoffin County.
A few arrests to pass along before I go on to other headlines this evening out of McGoffin and Johnson counties. We'll begin in Johnson County, where a sheriff's deputy made a traffic stop yesterday on 23, immediately noting that upon approaching the vehicle driven by Darren Davis, he saw a clear container with a visible residue which looked like methamphetamine in plain sight, field testing positive for the drug. After searching the vehicle, they found as well paraphernalia and a host of other things, including about 25.25 grams of methamphetamine on Darren Davis's person. He was charged with trafficking in a controlled substance, possession, drug paraphernalia, and other drug-related charges. As well, Greg Van Hoos, the passenger, was searched and found to be in possession of over 1 gram of methamphetamine and lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on possession in the first degree for methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and other drug possession charges. Here in McGoffin County, Robert Salyer was arrested by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department fleeing or evading police in the second degree on foot, one of the charges, as well as criminal trespass in the first degree, operating on a suspended license, and a variety of traffic charges after deputies observed him traveling on 1081, this going back to Friday night around 11 o'clock. When he saw deputies, he tried to shoot into a driveway and lose them and got out and took off on foot. He was able to be apprehended a short time later after the landowner granted permission for his property to be searched, saying that Salyer did not have a right to be there. He was found to be driving on a suspended license. There was no information available on insurance for the vehicle, and as well, he faces a number of traffic-related offenses. And McGoffin County Sheriff's deputies arrested a man for suspicion of being on a stolen ATV. This was on Sawmill Road. This was Saturday evening around 8:30 when deputies saw Leroy Perkins, 35 of Royalton, traveling down Route 7 on an ATV. They made a traffic stop on the vehicle. They ran his ID number and found that he was driving on a suspended license, and they also found that the VIN number had been removed, the VIN plate on the ATV, and welded over, and then the machine itself had been spray painted from its original color of red to black. So he was charged with operating on a suspended license, no insurance, no registration receipt, as well as destruction of a VIN number while authorities investigate to try to determine if indeed the vehicle was stolen and where from. I've got a few things that we'll talk about in sports in just a few moments. Right now, here's what we're talking about on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. And that includes that the McGoffin County Head Start program is taking applications for the next school year. If your child will be 3 by August the 1st, call them at 349-3488 or stop by Monday through Friday, 8:30 till 3:30 at the Head Start office behind the bus garage on the hill. This Saturday will be April the 2nd, and there's a few things going on, some fundraisers. First off, if you've got bids and beans, it is the Head of Coon, a week Licking from Valley, tomorrow, Saturday, all coming April together at the Head of Coon Creek Church, starting at noon for the dinner, 1 for the auction. They'll have soup, bean, and hot dog plates and chips and cheese to buy. And the Bloomington Fire Department has their fundraiser set for this Saturday. It's a vendor sale, soup, bean dinner, and live music with prizes in the Sagersville City Park. That will start that morning at 10. And then the following Saturday on the 9th, the Middle Fork Fire Department has an auction and dinner with an open mic for candidates. $5 pulled pork and hot dog dinners. Saturday, April the 9th at the Firehouse at 3 p.m. And you have calendar announcements just like these in the program by sending them to me any way you can. Don't forget those birthdays and anniversaries, too. We'd love to certainly pass those along just as well. With that out of the way, we'll go on to this evening's obituaries, brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. With first off, services being held earlier today for Dorotha Jean England Wireman, 89, of Sagersville, who passed away Thursday, survived by her son Ezra James Wireman, daughters Geraldine Reed, Madge Fitzpatrick, Brenda K. Stevens, Diane Collins, and 7 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. Jean is preceded in death by her husband Ezra Wireman and 7 brothers. Again, services held earlier today. Arrangements still incomplete at this hour for David Villarreal, 42, of College Street in Sagersville, who passed away Thursday at his home. And Dixie resident Clara Jean Pitts Ross passed away over the course of the weekend. Clara was born in Gage, Kentucky in 1943 and then passed away over the course of the weekend, the oldest daughter of Orville Jr. Pitts and Hazel Holbrook Pitts. She requested no service and cremation to be taken place. She is survived by her son, Jeff Ross, and daughter, Kimberly. And arrangements are still being set for 72-year-old Flora Cole of Sagersville. She passed away Saturday at Hazard ARH, those to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Hello, McGoffin County. I'm Eddie Jenkins, Republican candidate for Magistrate, District 2. First, I want to personally thank all of you for your help last election. Since that time, you have not left my mind. Now, I humbly ask for your support once again, and with your help and the strength and progress we've made these last few years with endorsements and such, we can go the distance. It's my continued dream to serve you, the voters of District 2, as your magistrate. Help me help our community this May. Vote Eddie Jenkins, number 3 on the ballot.
I'm Kelly Collins from Golden Law Office. I began my legal career in Lexington, representing some of the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided me with the inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will prepare to defend your case. I'm now taking that knowledge and returning to my hometown in Eastern Kentucky to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern, they have a new line of spring tees from Ivory Ella and amazing scents in soaps, body lotions, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville.
My name is Tony Allen, and I'm a candidate for McGoffin County Clerk. Just as my family and I have served you at our restaurant, the Farmhouse Diner, we will be there to serve you in the clerk's office. You will be greeted with a smile. The office will be organized, neat, inviting, and we will do all we can to help everyone, regardless of your party, last name, or how you vote. We will be open during lunch, and we will have a long evening each week for folks who get in late. We will be open every other Saturday and have a plan to better serve the elderly in our community. I'm fighting to win this election and the trust of McGoffin County. I will not let you down, nor will I forget that the people chose me to be their clerk. Vote number 1 on the ballot, Big Tony Allen for McGoffin County Clerk.
Not everything has changed over the years. Fraser's Prater Drugstore is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Frazier's Prater Drugstore in downtown Salyersville. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Well, I was saddened today to hear of the passing of a man who had been featured here on the program and in the Salyersville Independent, and who has, of course, a great deal of friends and some family here in the Magoffin County area. He actually passed away a little more than a month ago. It was Judge Dennis Prater who came into the office earlier today, and after receiving word from Leonard Carpenter's family of his passing, wished us to share that with you tonight. 87-year-old Leonard Carpenter passed away on the 21st day of February. He played basketball before going on to play college ball here at the Salyersville High School, and was the first in Kentucky to hit the 3,000-point mark in his career, and of course the only one to do it in Magoffin County. And he was honored by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association to be inducted into their Hall of Fame back in 2011. It was a grand event, one we were proud to have covered here in both the Salyersville Independent and, of course, Your News Today. First and only Magoffin County at that time to be elected to the Hall of Fame, and still today. Leonard will be deeply missed. He is survived by his children, Dr. Joe Carpenter, Marquay Ross, and a number of grandchildren. He was preceded in death by his wife, Wilma Joanne. There may have been a few cold days on the field and windy ones at that, but the weather will improve as we are still very early on in the softball and baseball season. But as we are, a quick update on our Lady Hornets and Hornets about 5 or 6 games in. Ladies first. Ladies are 5 games in here in Magoffin County. They came out of the gate strong with a win at Morgan County, 13-3, and then fell to Shelby Valley and then Lawrence County. Then picked up a win last week, 11-0. That's zip in 5 innings at Prestonsburg. However, this past Friday night, I guess it was, they lost by a run, 5-6. That was an Elliott County game on the road. And they are set to host Floyd Central if you're looking for something to do this Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I'll tell you what the weather will have to say about that in just a few moments. So the ladies with 2 wins and 3 losses. Let's go over to the baseball diamond and Coach Literal, where they are 1 win in on a 6-game season thus far. That win came over Frankfort 7-6 here at home. They played Saturday on the road at Morgan County and fell short by 7 runs, 2-9 final score. And that puts them at 1-5 thus far on the season, but a lot to go. They are at Knott Central right now. That game's first pitch was set for 6 o'clock. They are set to be here hosting Perry Central tomorrow night for a little hometown baseball. And parts of your Licking Valley RECC 7-day are favorable for being on the baseball field or in the stands, and parts are not. Indeed. It's going to be a chilly one out there tonight. I know the middle school has some games too here at home. 25 degrees, so a hard freeze in the forecast for tomorrow morning. Yeah, those early strawberry crops, peach trees, those real fragile blooms. Yep, goners, I'm afraid. Any other outdoor vegetation that's, really tender and even a lot of it, well, that's just what we can expect to see. Nothing unusual. I mean, it's still March in Kentucky. Mostly cloudy skies, a calm wind this evening as we have an approaching strong cold front that will give us 30 to 40 mile per hour winds on your Wednesday. Tomorrow, not so much. 52 degrees, mostly sunny, quite nice, quite calm for your Tuesday, a low of 43. So tonight might be the last one. Fingers crossed down below that freezing mark. We'll see. Let's just get to the 7-day first, see how that goes. So again, tomorrow, mostly sunny, 52 degrees, 43 tomorrow night, and Wednesday is when we'll see the effects of that approaching cold front, and it is a good one, and it will push winds up to 30, 40 miles per hour, possibly Wednesday and Wednesday night, and warm air way out ahead of it, 80 degrees right now for hump day. Shower chances look to be not until like 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. That's Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So it will be dry, a lot of clouds, a lot of wind Wednesday, but 80 degrees. Breezy conditions are still going to stick around Thursday. We're going to still hold on to about 70 for your Thursday as well, but an 80% chance of showers and storms along with that, most of which early Thursday. It'll wane as Thursday goes on. We'll hit the upper 30s right around 40 for Thursday night's low and Friday morning's start. And with that, I didn't want to speak too soon, but we're going to get close to that freezing mark again, but not enough for a real hard freeze Friday night. There's the cold front, or the aftermath. 56 and 32 for your high and low Friday. Mostly sunny and clear skies that night, and right at the freezing mark. Not as cold as tonight, and not as dangerous in that fresh, tender vegetation. And then we'll rebound, kind of, back and forth. Saturday, 63, mostly sunny, a 50% chance of showers. Sunday, 57, partly sunny, and a 30% chance. Monday, 61, and another 30% shot of some showers with some sunshine above. And that'll do it as we're just getting started for this last week of March. Crazy. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. See you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching again.